In 1994, the internet received a puzzle, and no one ever confirmed the answer. Before viral mysteries, before online sleuths, before ARGs even had a name, one of the first digital enigmas appeared. It wasn't hidden in a website. It wasn't buried in code. It was hidden inside a Pink Floyd album, and it called itself Publius Enigma. It all started in June of 1994. Users on a Pink Floyd fan forum, a Usenet news group called Alt Music Pink Floyd, noticed something strange. A new account had appeared. It had no profile, no post history, just a name, Publius Enigma. This anonymous user posted a message that was both cryptic and bold. They claimed that Pink Floyd's latest album, The Division Bell, contained a hidden message, and this wasn't some metaphorical artistic interpretation. It was a real, tangible puzzle designed by the band themselves. The post declared that if fans worked together, a reward awaited them, a prize for solving the enigma. The message was strange, almost poetic, but the core claim was clear. This was a challenge. The post read, "My friends, you have heard the message the Division Bell has delivered, but have you listened? Perhaps I can be your guide, but I will not solve the enigma for you." Immediately, the community was divided. Was this a prank, a marketing stunt, or was it something more? Publius continued to post, leaving more cryptic clues, urging fans to look deeper into the album. The initial skepticism was high, but the persistence of this mysterious user kept a thread of curiosity alive. People started talking, and the legend of Publius Enigma began to form. Publius insisted this wasn't about finding a single, simple clue. The message, they claimed, was fragmented, scattered like pieces of a broken mirror across the entire Division Bell experience. The clues were everywhere. They were in the lyrics, with certain phrases holding double meanings, that were in the album artwork, with its two giant metal heads facing each other in a field. They were even in the track order, the very sequence of the songs themselves. The sound design was also a key part of it. Strange noises, distorted voices, and hidden frequencies were all potential breadcrumbs, and, most unusually, the puzzle extended beyond the album itself and into Pink Floyd's live performances. Publius mentioned numbers, hinted at coordinates, and left trails of riddles that seemed to connect everything. One phrase appeared over and over in their posts, a sort of mantra for the entire mystery: "Enigma will be solved." The promise was grand. This wasn't just a contest. It was an intellectual quest, a journey into the heart of the band's creative vision. The reward was never explicitly defined, which only added to the intrigue. Was it money, a special edition album, a private meeting with the band? No one knew, but the possibility was enough to ignite a firestorm of speculation. Still, many fans assumed it was all just an elaborate hoax, a dedicated fan with too much time on their hands, playing games with the community. It seemed too fantastical to be real. A secret puzzle from one of the world's biggest bands, revealed on a small internet forum. It was hard to believe. And then, everything changed. On July 18, 1994, Pink Floyd performed at Giants Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. During the show, right in the middle of the song, "Keep Talking," something appeared on the massive screen behind the band. For just a few seconds, two words flashed in bright white letters: Enigma Publius. It was there for a moment, and then it was gone. But it was long enough to be seen. It was too deliberate to be a mistake, too specific to be a coincidence. The crowd roared, not just for the music, but in recognition. This was the proof. This was the sign everyone had been waiting for. For the fans who had been following the mystery online, it was a moment of pure validation. The puzzle was real. Pink Floyd was in on it. Publius Enigma was not just some random user. They were an official messenger. The news spread like wildfire through the online community. The hoax theory died, and in its place, a full-blown investigation was born. What followed was one of the earliest large-scale internet investigations in history. This was before Google, before Reddit, before social media. Fans collaborated on primitive forums and mailing lists, sharing every tiny discovery of the album. The Division Bell was put under a digital microscope. People reversed audio tracks, listening for backward messages. They counted syllables and lyrics and tried to map them to numbers or letters. They cross-referenced the album art with ancient symbols, astrological charts, and historical maps. Entire websites, painstakingly coded in basic HTML, were built just to document theories and catalog clues. Some believed the puzzle's answer led to a physical location, perhaps the field where the album cover was shot, or a significant place in the band's history. Others were convinced the solution wasn't a place, but a philosophical message about communication and division, tying into the album's central themes. The internet allowed for a level of collaboration that had never been seen before. Ideas were shared, debated, and built upon but for all the effort, For all the collective brainpower, every path ended the same way. At a dead end. There was no conclusion, no final answer that clicked everything into place. The enigma remained stubbornly enigmatic. Years passed. The mystery faded from the forefront of the internet's mind, becoming more of a digital ghost story. Then, in the mid-2000s, an official explanation finally came from an unexpected source. Nick Mason, Pink Floyd's drummer, mentioned the enigma in his book, Inside Out, A Personal History of Pink Floyd. He confirmed that Publius Enigma was, in fact, a marketing campaign created by their record label, EMI Records. The idea was to create an experimental, interactive promotion for the album, using the new and exciting world of the internet. It was intended to be a genuine puzzle with a real prize. But then, he said something strange. He described the whole thing as an ill-conceived stunt that was eventually abandoned. The label confirmed this. They acknowledged their involvement, but they also claimed that the puzzle was never fully completed on their end. They never revealed what the final solution was supposed to be, or what the prize would have been. This official confirmation only deepened the mystery. It raised a critical question. Was the puzzle simply unfinished by the fans? Or was it never meant to be solved at all? Was it a race with no finish line, abandoned by its creators halfway through? To this day, there is no consensus. The community of sleuths that once worked together is now fractured in its beliefs. Some are adamant that a final answer existed, and that the fans simply missed a crucial step. They believe the solution is still out there waiting in the album's code. Others think the reward was real, but the puzzle was deliberately abandoned by the record label when it became too complicated or when the album's sales were already secured. And a third group believes the entire mystery was the point. That the act of searching, of communicating and collaborating was the true reward, perfectly embodying the album's themes. Publius Enigma stopped posting in 1996. The forums eventually went silent. The internet moved on to other, newer mysteries, but the enigma of Publius remains, a digital fossil from the internet's early days. The internet has solved countless mysteries since 1994, but this one appeared before the rules existed. A puzzle without closure, a signal without confirmation. It stands as a monument to a time when the digital world was still a frontier, full of strange signals and unanswered questions. If Publius Enigma was truly meant to be solved, why was the answer never revealed? Another anomaly documented. More signals soon. Thanks for watching.